Look at this mountain, it feels huge, doesn't it? It would take you days to climb it. It feels solid, unmovable, and massive. Now look at this city. Millions of people, thousands of buildings, endless roads. To us, living our daily lives, the Earth feels like a giant fortress. It takes hours to fly across an ocean. It takes months to walk across a continent. We use words like huge, gigantic, and enormous to describe our world. And because Earth feels so big to us, we naturally think we are big players in the universe. We think our planet is a heavyweight champion. But today, I am going to show you that everything you think about size is wrong. Welcome to Chapter 10. In this video, we are going to break your brain. We are going to scale up, step by step, from our tiny home to the true monsters of the cosmos. By the end of this video, you will never look at the night sky the same way again. This is Earth versus the giants. Let's start in our own backyard. Before we leave the solar system, we need to understand where we stand with our closest neighbors. First, look at the moon. It looks pretty big in our night sky, right? But actually, the moon is tiny compared to Earth. You could fit nearly 50 moons inside the Earth. If Earth were a basketball, the moon would be a tennis ball. So far, Earth is winning. We feel big. Now let's look at Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. It looks a bit like our moon, and just like the moon, it is small. You could fit about 18 Mercuries inside the volume of Earth. Earth is still the boss. What about Mars, the red planet? We dream of building cities there one day. We see it in movies. But did you know Mars is actually surprisingly small? It is only about half the size of Earth. If you stood on Mars, the gravity is so much weaker that you could jump 3 times higher than you can on Earth. Then we have Venus. This is often called Earth's twin sister, and it's true. Venus is almost exactly the same size as Earth. It's just a tiny bit smaller. So, amongst the rocky planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, we are actually the biggest. We are the kings of the rocks. But the rocky planets are just the crumbs of the solar system. Now, we meet the giants. As we move further out from the sun, the rules of reality change. We leave the rocks behind and enter the realm of the gas giants. First, meet Neptune and Uranus. We call them the ice giants. They look peaceful and blue, but don't let that fool you. They are massive. You could fit nearly 60 Earths inside Neptune alone. Think about that. 60 entire worlds with all our oceans and mountains packed inside one blue ball. Next is Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. Those beautiful rings alone are wider than the distance between the Earth and the Moon. Saturn is so big that you could fit 760 Earths inside it. But even Saturn bows down to the king, Jupiter. Jupiter is the boss of the planets. It is a monster of gas and storms. It is so heavy that it actually pulls on the sun and makes the sun wobble. Do you see that red circle? That is the Great Red Spot. It is a hurricane that has been spinning for over 300 years, and that single storm is wider than our entire planet Earth. If Jupiter were a hollow jar, you would have to pack in 1,300 Earths just to fill it up. Imagine 1,300 duplicates of our world, all squeezed into one planet. If Earth were a grape, Jupiter would be a watermelon. We are starting to look very, very small, but we are just getting started. Jupiter is big for a planet, but in the universe, planets are insignificant. The true masters of the universe are stars, and we have one right next door, the Sun. You might think Jupiter is huge, but you could line up 10 Jupiters across the face of the Sun. The Sun contains 99.8% of all the mass in the entire solar system. That means if you took all the planets, all the moons, all the asteroids, and all the comets, and put them on a scale, they wouldn't even register compared to the Sun. Remember how fun 300 Earths fit inside Jupiter? Well, hold on to your seat. You would need 1.3 million Earths to fill up the Sun. Let me repeat that. 1.3 million. If the Sun were the size of a typical front door, Earth would be the size of a tiny nickel. At this scale, our home, everything we have ever known, every person who has ever lived, is basically invisible. And the scariest part? Astronomers call our Sun a yellow dwarf. That's right, in the world of stars, our massive, terrifying Sun is a dwarf. Let's leave the solar system and travel deep into the galaxy. First, we meet Sirius. You can see Sirius in the night sky. It is the brightest star we can see from Earth. It burns hot and blue. It is nearly twice as wide as our sun, and shines 25 times brighter. Step up a weight class, and we find Pollux. This is an orange giant star. It is about 9 times wider than the sun. If the sun is a tennis ball, Pollux is a beach ball. But now, things get scary. We are entering the realm of the red giants. Meet Arcturus. Arcturus is 25 times wider than our sun. If you placed Arcturus where our sun is, it would look absolutely massive in our sky. It would turn Earth into a burnt crisp in seconds. Next is Rigel, a blue supergiant. It is 78 times wider than the sun. It shines with the light of 120,000 suns. It is a blindingly bright lighthouse in the dark ocean of space, but even Rigel is just a spark compared to what comes next. Deep in the constellation of Orion lies a dying monster, Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant. It is colossal. It is roughly 700 to 1,000 times wider than our sun. Let's do a thought experiment. If you took our sun out of the center of the solar system and replaced it with Betelgeuse, it wouldn't just touch Mercury. It would swallow Mercury. It would swallow Venus. It would swallow Earth. It would swallow Mars, and it would almost reach all the way to Jupiter. Our entire inner solar system would be inside the belly of this star. But believe it or not, there is bigger. Meet the current heavyweight champion of the known galaxy, Stephenson 218. This is a red hypergiant. It is 2,150 times wider than the sun. Let's put this in perspective. Imagine you hopped on a commercial airplane like a Boeing 747 and you tried to fly around our sun. It would take about 6 months to do one lap. That's a long trip. But if you tried to fly that same airplane around Stephenson 218, the trip wouldn't take 6 months, it would take 500 years. Generations of people would be born and die on that plane before you finish just one lap around this star. That is the scale of the universe. Stars are made of matter, but there are things in the universe that eat matter, the black holes. You might think black holes are small dots, but the supermassive ones are the true giants of the cosmos. At the center of our own Milky Way galaxy, there is a monster called Sagittarius A. It has the mass of 4 million suns crushed together. It holds our entire galaxy together. But Sagittarius A is a baby. Meet the largest single object in the known universe, TON 618. This is an ultra-massive black hole. It is a quasar shining with the light of 140 trillion suns. How big is it? Its mass is equal to 66 billion suns. Remember how big our solar system felt? Remember how far Neptune was? You could fit our entire solar system inside TON 618, not once, but thousands of times. A beam of light takes weeks to travel across it. It is an abyss so large that it defies the laws of physics as we know them. In the face of TON 618, Earth is not a pixel, it is not an atom, it is nothing. So, how do you feel? Do you feel small? Do you feel insignificant? When we look at the giants, Jupiter, the Sun, Stephenson 2-18, TON 618, it is easy to feel like we don't matter. We are dust on a mote of dust floating in a sunbeam. But I want you to remember one thing. Look at that tiny blue pixel. That is us. Stephenson 218 is massive, but it cannot think. TON 618 is powerful, but it cannot love. The sun is bright, but it cannot dream. Of all these giants, in all this vast emptiness, Earth is the only place we know of where life exists. It is the only place where eyes can open and look up at the stars and wonder, how big is it? We may be small in size, but our curiosity, our imagination, and our spirit are infinite. We are the universe waking up to understand itself, and that makes us the true giants. Did this video blow your mind? Which giant scared you the most, the red hypergiant or the black hole? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to keep exploring the cosmos with me, make sure to click on our playlist, The Universe Files, right here on the screen. We have videos on galaxies, the solar system, and so much more. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for Chapter in 10. We are on a mission to explore everything in 10 minutes or less. Thanks for watching, and keep looking up.